Today on Hidden Secrets Revealed Live. MSTY is the MSTR Bitcoin flywheel ETF. What is the YieldMax MSTR option income strategy ETF? HSRL is a production of Safe New Media. Before you keep watching, let me tell you my why. I started my podcast to cope with imposter syndrome, and I ended up building a business. Now I help others find their voice and turn it into a creative asset, which inspires me to share with you something new we cooked up. It's called the Anti-Impostor Podcast Starter Kit. Everything you need to start your podcast, feel confident, and sound amazing, even if you think you have no idea what you're doing. You can now get your free copy at SAFENEW.MEDIA. That's SAFENEW.MEDIA. Do you know the characteristics of a self-actualizer? You may be one. If you hold efficient perceptions of reality, you are correct and honest in the way you judge situations. You're alerted by the superficial and dishonest. You strive for self fulfillment. You have unique characteristics. These characteristics give you an accurate perception of reality. You engage in meaningful pursuits outside of yourself. That's who this show is for. Self actualizers. We are agents of progress. We are making the most of our lives. We don't go to work out of necessity for a paycheck. We have meaning and purpose. HSRL is the only podcast of its kind right now on this subject going live on X. Therefore, the most popular live stream podcast live right now on this subject going live on X. It's not for you, sweetheart, if you take yourself too seriously. If you're a seeker, let me be your guide to discover accurate truth for yourself. Let me help you increase the quality and effectiveness of your life by revealing to you the hidden secrets of the universe. This show is specifically for those who are seeking new perspectives, fresh ideas, and a willingness to explore new possibilities. My intention is to help investors like you stay ahead of the curve and make the most out of emerging opportunities. Today on HSRL, ladies and gentlemen, have you heard of this ETF called MSTY? You know, the YieldMax MSTR option income strategy ETF, or as I call it, the smaller casino next to the Bitcoin casino. It's designed to generate monthly income, right? How? It provides this by selling call options on MicroStrategy stock, now called Strategy. Strategy is a company that's like, we love Bitcoin so much, we sold our soul to Satoshi. You get a little cash every month, but you're capped on how much you can make if the stock moons. It's like a deal with the devil, but the devil's wearing a polo shirt and it works at Fidelity. That means you can invest in a fund fueled by volatility. Here's some pocket change every month, but if Bitcoin goes to 1 million, you're still eating ramen. It's like a cheap date. I'll pay for dinner, but only if we split the breadsticks and you don't order dessert. The YieldMax MSTR Option Income Strategy ETF, let's call it MISTY, is an exchange traded fund. The fund aims to provide investors with current income, which is great. It also offers capped participation in any price gains of strategy stock. Here's the strategy, no pun intended. MISTY uses a synthetic covered call approach. This means it seeks to collect option premiums income. It does this while giving up some upside potential, right? Now, if strategy stock rises, that's what happens. Sounds sophisticated, right? But it's like putting on a tuxedo to go skydiving. Looks good, but you're still jumping out of a plane, which is an incentive to hold strategy, right? So when strategy number goes up, Your MSTY chills out. But your Bitcoin is also worth more if that happens, so why worry? Here's the objective. The primary goal is to deliver monthly income. The secondary goal is to provide some exposure to Strategy's share price, but with a limit on potential gains. So MSTY offers capped participation in Strategy's price gains. Isn't that like only having one plate at an all-you-can-eat buffet? It's like they're saying, you can join the Bitcoin party, but you got to leave before the champagne starts flowing. It's like buying a lottery ticket where the jackpot's $50, but if you win, you get a Starbucks gift card. But remember, distributions may include a return of capital, which can reduce the fund's net asset value over time. It's like getting a paycheck where part of it is your own money that your boss is only handing back to you. Okay, here's the risks. The fund is non-diversified and it's concentrated on a single stock, which makes it more volatile than broadly diversified ETFs. So distributions may include return of capital, which can reduce the fund's net asset value over time. So MSTY's non-diversified, meaning it's all in on Strategy. It's riskier than a regular ETF. Why? It's like putting all your eggs in one basket, and that basket's on fire, and a clown on a unicycle is juggling the eggs. Let's say you go to Vegas. You bet your life savings on one roulette number and said, don't worry, it's fine. The coupier's obsessed with Bitcoin. The distributions are monthly payouts, right? So they're not guaranteed and they may fluctuate. The distribution rate includes income from options, which is different from the 30-day SEC yield, which reflects net investment income excluding options. Okay. The expense ratio is 0.99%. With an expense ratio of 0.99%, MSTY isn't exactly cheap. It's like going on a road trip and discovering there's a toll booth every mile. Sure, you're moving forward, but at what cost? This ETF is suitable for investors seeking high income and some exposure to Strategy. You have to be willing to accept capped upside and higher risk due to this single stock focus, right? Now, YieldMax MSTY is part of the Bitcoin ecosystem. All right, it's the Strategy flywheel. How? Through its direct linkage to Strategy, which is the largest publicly traded corporate holder of Bitcoin. Now, MSTY generates income by writing call options on Strategy stock, which itself is sensitive to Bitcoin's price. Now, this is because of Strategy's massive Bitcoin holdings and ongoing accumulation strategy. Got it? So MSTY gives investors indirect income-focused exposure to Bitcoin price movements. It does this by tracking Strategy, MSTR, which acts as a proxy for Bitcoin due to its large Bitcoin reserves. Got it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody can pipe in here. By the way, I appreciate you guys watching. Smash that subscribe button and go ahead and follow on X if you want. So MSTY gives investors indirect exposure to Bitcoin through Strategy. So you're not only investing in a company, you're investing in a company that's investing in Bitcoin. It's like buying a ticket to a concert of a band that's covering another band's songs, which could be a fun night out. Instead of risking your time wasted on a modern band, you're guaranteed to enjoy this yacht rock band. Yachty by Nature, have you heard of them? They cover the smoothest 70s and 80s yacht rock on land and sea. As for you guys, seriously, okay, when more investors buy MSTY for yield, demand for Strategy MSTR options increase. Isn't that crazy? The effect of which boosts Strategy's liquidity and visibility. So this further reinforces Strategy's role as a Bitcoin proxy. That's the flywheel effect, you guys. But be careful. Like a schizo on a merry-go-round, flywheels can spin out of control. They call MSTY, MSTY, part of the strategy flywheel. I think that's cool because the ETF boosts demand for strategy options, which pumps strategy stock, which pumps Bitcoin, which pumps MSTY. It's a feedback loop, like a snake eating its own tail, but with more Wall Street jargon. So this flywheel's a financial perpetual motion machine, right? It's like if I invented a car that runs on its own exhaust fumes. And the only catch is it explodes if Bitcoin drops 13%. MSTY's popularity depends on strategy's volatility, which drives Bitcoin price swings. So Bitcoin rallies, then both strategy and MSTY can see increased investor interest and trading activity. Voila. So the crazy thing is, MSTY amplifies the connection between traditional finance and Bitcoin. It channels investor flows and attention to strategy, which reinforces its status as a Bitcoin linked equity. That's how it strengthens the broader Bitcoin ecosystem. In conclusion, MSTY, MSTY. I like saying MSTY. I don't know. You guys correct me. Do you say MSTY or do you say MSTY? I don't know. But it's like that trendy new restaurant everyone talks about. It's got a unique concept, promises a delightful experience, but you might leave feeling a bit lighter in the wallet and questioning your choices. Do your own research and keep a side of skepticism on your plate. That's my time. I got to get back to work. Share this with somebody. Even if you're making fun of me, I don't care. As long as it's funny. Retweet on X. Subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify. It really does help the Safe New Media channel grow. So if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and pummel that little notification bell into submission. Like I said, you're allowed to make fun of me if your jokes are funny and you get my name right. So you don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can visit my X profile to learn more. It's not necessary to follow me on X, but now you can follow Safe New Media on X, FKA Twitter. Whatever you do, team up with me to bring about serious advancement for each other. The plan is for our community to share with each other the systems, the processes, and workflows that we are successfully using in order to help each other grow. So I do invite you to belong higher. The official page of this show is safenewmedia.com/HSRL. Remember, you can get your copy of the Anti-Impostor podcast starter kit at SAFENEW.MEDIA. That's SAFENEW.MEDIA. Now, what I'm about to tell you next will shock you.
This is not an offer, solicitation of an offer to buy or sell securities. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Investing involves risk and may result in partial or total loss. Prospective investors should carefully consider investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses, and should consult with a tax or legal advisor before making any investment decision.
Always do your own research before making any investment decision. This is not financial advice, nor is this any sort of solicitation to the public for anything. Why? Because we don't need more money. What we're looking for is to trade up the investors we have for a better class of investor, accredited investors only. We're improving quality of life at scale for hardworking families. My team and I are looking for capital partners, brokers, and motivated sellers. This is for multifamily real estate syndications. Secure your place on our waitlist. Go to Inveresta.com. When you do, you will receive our investing criteria. This is the data that we use to determine where to invest. Don't lose money investing in the wrong location. What's the most important thing in real estate? Well, there are three most important things: location, location, location. But how do you know what location qualifies as an emerging market. Now, most real estate people tell you to invest in your backyard. But what if your backyard is a terrible location? Avoid losing money in a bad location. Pay attention to the data. There are a ton of data points to consider, right? But you can't look at everything all at once. You got to make a decision fast. Okay, you have to separate the signal from the noise. There are 5 data points that matter most. Number 1, population growth. Number 2, median household income. Number 3, median house or condo value. Number 4, change in crime level. And number 5, job growth. Great. So what do you do with all that? You need to know exactly what percentage of population growth over a specific duration of time. You need to know exactly what percentage of median household income over what specific duration of time. You need to know exactly what percentage of median house or condo value over what specific duration of time. You need to know what change in crime level you're looking for. The most important factor is job growth. You need to know exactly what percentage of job growth that you're I don't know what you're gonna do if you don't know that, you guys. You wanna avoid buying property in a location with negative job growth. So avoid buying property where population is transitory, for one thing. Here's an example: Odessa, Texas, Ocean City, New Jersey. So anyway, we give away the data that we use to find emerging markets for free. Secure your place on our waitlist today. Hit me up on our X profile at Inveresta. Retail investors can send me a DM there to let me know what kind of investment opportunities you are looking for. Accredited investors can get in touch with me today. Call my office. Go to Inveresta.com. Accredited investors only. This is not an offer or solicitation to the general public. Lastly, before I let you go, I want to invite you to subscribe to Methods of Prosperity newsletter. Methods of Prosperity newsletter is for anyone who agrees that success leaves clues and it's possible to learn from history. I don't have it all figured out. Do you? Great. There's one thing that we can do is notice what people who have been there, you know, notice what they've done to get there and copy whatever makes sense to you. All right. Not everyone wants to be a billionaire, and that's okay. But whatever thing you're doing, figure out what not to do. Start with that. Methods of Prosperity newsletter is intended to share ideas and build relationships. To become a billionaire, one must first be conditioned to think like a billionaire. To this agenda, this newsletter studies remarkable people in history who demonstrated what to do and what not to do. You can subscribe now for free at SAFENEWMEDIA.com/newsletter. Okay, that's SAFENEWMEDIA.com/newsletter. The new ones go up on Beehive, and I have the whole series up on a Web3 platform called Paragraph. Thanks for making this the most popular live stream at this hour, broadcasting live on X, formerly known as Twitter. Hidden Secrets Revealed Live is a production of Safe New Media, unconventional, diversified, global digital media company devoted to the practice, administration, and dissemination of the ideologies of its founder, moi. Yours truly. My name is Sean Allen Fenn. I like you, but don't take my word for it. Decide for yourself.